Hello, Henry Rollins here. We are going to unbox a brand new 7 LP collection of music by Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. It is called Joe Strummer 002, the Mescaleros Years. Here it is. Great shot of Joe Strummer on the cover there. Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros released 3 albums on the Hellcat label. In 1999, they put out Rock Art and the X-Ray Style. And they followed up with a 2 LP collection called Global A Go-Go. And then in 2003, they put out an album called Streetcore. Joe Strummer passed away in December of 2002. Streetcore was released in October of 2003, making it a posthumous release. All 3 of these albums are in this box set, exquisitely remastered by Paul Hicks. Analog fans have reason to celebrate because Rock Art and the X-Ray Style originally was a single LP. It has been recut for the box set as a double LP, which means all of that music gets more room to breathe, which means it's going to sound better than ever. Global A Go-Go started as a 2 LP set. It remains so in the box set. Streetcore is a single album then and a single album in the box set. Even cooler than all of that is there is a 2 LP set of unreleased tracks, demos, rarities, and B-sides called Vibes Compass. And quite often when a box set comes out, we, the fans, we run excitedly to the record store, hoping the outtakes will be really, really cool. And sometimes they are. And sometimes it's a bunch of stuff you already heard because you have the B-sides, because you're a fan. Or it's not all that exciting what you end up getting. That is not a problem on Joe Strummer 002, the Mescaleros Years, because the 2 LP, 4 sides of rarities, B-sides, demos, and outtakes and other rarities is really fantastic. And just speaking as a fan, some of my favorite tracks would include a beautiful version of Redemption Song by Bob Marley, a really cool cover of Secret Agent Man, and a great demo version of Coma Girl from Streetcore. And so those are just some of the things you have to look forward to. None of the tracks on Vibes Compass sound like they're scraping the barrel. They sound fantastic. And you wish more box sets were like this one, where people at the label really understood how much the artist means to us, we fans. And they really put the effort in. And the effort has been put into this box set because not only do you get all 3 albums remastered and 4 sides of rarities, B-sides, outtakes, and demos, but there is a beautiful booklet inside, which I have not seen yet because I've been waiting for you. But there is drawings and handwritten lyrics by Joe Strummer from the Joe Strummer Archives, interviews with the Mescaleros, some lyrics and charts and other stuff, and it's all inside this box set. Before we open up the box set, because I have to stop the phone and reverse the screen anyway, before we open up this amazing box set and check it out, just a couple of thoughts on Joe Strummer. As you know, by being a Clash fan, as every Clash album happened, you could see the lens of the band widening, where they're hearing more music and they're incorporating more textures and influences and inspirations into Clash music. And by the time they get to Combat Rock, it's a real world music band where just everything is in there. I think Joe Strummer carried that idea and that passion and curiosity on with the Mescaleros. And if you listen to these songs, first off, the instrumentation is absolutely beautiful and the playing is fantastic. But you hear all kinds of flavors and textures and things happening inside the music. Also, Joe Strummer was an incredibly curious person. And I think everything that came in turned into potential lyrical information. Conversations he hears at the supermarket, things he's hearing at the club, in the bar, at the gig, on the news, reading books, reading magazines. It all is coming in as an inhalation, and it's all being exhaled into the music of the Mescaleros. And lyrically, Mescaleros music is very, very dense stuff. I mean, Joe had a lot to say. And he sings beautifully. And I've always liked Joe Strummer's voice. It puts the hook in you almost immediately. I think some of the best singing he ever did is with the Mescaleros. And so you have 3 albums of really beautiful music, 2 LPs worth of really fantastic extra stuff, a book with apparently really cool stuff on the pages. Like I said, I haven't seen it yet, nor have I listened to the vinyl. I've just listened to WAV files. So I am as eager to dig into the analog vinyl version of this box set as you are, or as you should be. So I think that Joe Strummer was a really, really deep guy. And I think I'm not telling you something you don't already know. He really meant it. He was the real thing. And that's why we keep showing up. And that's why this box set is so damn good. So let me take a moment and switch the screen so I can get on top of the box set and look down, and with one hand turn the pages. So I will be back with you in just a second. I appreciate your patience. All right, so let's take a look at this box set. I've taken the cellophane away so we can get right into it. It's a hardcover, and you get a 12 by 12 slick. Looks really cool. So here's the booklet. Start off with a great photo of our Joe working on something. Who knows what he's working on there? And so it's a large format book and good paper stock. And this is one of the first Mescaleros songs I ever heard, On the Road to Rock and Roll. And the first time I heard it being done was a pretty cool story. Just give me a second. Many, many years ago, I went to go see Johnny Cash, and he played in Los Angeles, and he was amazing. And after the show, I'm hanging out with Joe Strummer. And Rick Rubin, the great music producer, comes up and says, "You guys want to meet Johnny Cash?" We're like, "Yeah." And so he brings us over to meet Johnny Cash. And we're introduced, and he's very gracious. Hello, Henry. Hello, Joe. Very nice to meet you. And Joe Strummer says, "Hey, I gave a song to Rick Rubin for you to put on one of your records, and you didn't do it." And he's kind of just joking with Johnny Cash. And he said, "Well, I'm sorry, Joe. I was given a lot of songs. I couldn't put them all on, of course." He goes, "Well, do you remember the song I gave you?" He goes, "I'm sorry, I don't." He goes, "Well, how about I sing you a little bit of it?" And I thought to myself, am I about to see Joe Strummer sing to Johnny Cash? That's exactly what happened. And so Joe Strummer closes his eyes, leans slightly towards Johnny Cash, and sings basically a verse and a chorus of this song, On the Road to Rock and Roll. And it sounded great. And he opened his eyes and looked at Johnny Cash, and Johnny Cash says, "I'm going to go find that song. That's a really good song, Joe." And I just remember thinking how lucky I was to be in that moment at that time. And that's how I'll always remember that song. And so here's more great photo of Joe. And here we go. Here are some of those handwritten lyrics. Looks like there's a Post-it there. So this is really well done. Oh, I love seeing real boxes. That's like the real source materials. There's a lot to this. And you're going to enjoy it way more when you're up close and personal on it, not getting this weird bird's eye view. And looks like we got some lyrics there. Interesting photos. I can't get enough of source material photos. That's so cool. This is the stuff you want to see. And just like you'd figure, a Joe Strummer lyric, it's dense, it's intense, and that's the man. Group shot. And it's, as you can see, it's going through all the albums in order of release.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm seeing this for the first time with you, so I haven't read any of it. Wow, what's that? Coffee stain, tea stain? It's obvious they went digging deep into the archive to pull this material. And you get a nice group shot of the band. And it looks like the LPs are basically kept in basically pages. And they're taking advantage of all of that paper space to fill it up with cool stuff. Oh, this is really well done. There's the Streetcore logo. And that drawing apparently was done by Joe Strummer. And here's your Vibes Compass Extra tracks, which are really, really cool. Wow. That's great. And there it is. And I wouldn't say it's a downside, but it is poignant. If you think you miss Joe Strummer now, by the time you get to the end of this set, you are really going to miss this guy. Like, what an impact. What an amazing musician. What an amazing human being. Great artist. And this box set perfectly captures the man and the music and the moment. And I'm so glad that this came out. I cannot wait to get this on the turntable. I'm so glad this came out, and I hope that you get a chance to enjoy it. Thanks for viewing, and thanks for listening.